55 soon. That's where I got my job interview last year. And I refused when they offered me the position. I said that I would refuse because, when I do well in that job and people don't want to learn how I do well because they're not learner-centered or child-centered, no matter how many signs they put on the wall that they are, it's just, I can't have my heart broken like that anymore. And see the kids' disappointments as they cry and run away from their regular staff after I've replaced them for a few days. And you guys don't ask questions. So recently when I told the vice principals, oh yeah, because we always need people in that role. Yeah, and you would need them less or have less turnover or less failures in these roles if you hired me, but he doesn't get it. So there's a couple of roles I applied for that are not close to here because living here is hazardous to your health in many ways. And one of them relates to bilingualism, and that's all I'm going to say. But I can imagine myself, I'll tell you the other one, and then I'll tell you a story about what I thought about this role as a way to send you a further message about what a people that would care about the young generation would act like. The other role relates to climate change, okay? Now let's say the climate change role, I find out if I don't have it, and I probably won't, that somebody else got it, and because of, work culture devolving patterns like unions or just, somebody's resume looks the way they want it to look, not necessarily describes the candidate that matches the job description well, because I wrote a good cover letter. But let's say I don't have it and I find out the person that gets the job is not as good as me, then again it's just showing you guys that you can't save yourselves, right? You can't adapt from what is causing your systemic issues to save yourselves. But the other role, like let's say the other role I get it, okay, because maybe I have a higher chance because it's bilingual and maybe there's not a lot of people that bilingual there, I don't know. And let's say they're so happy with me, about a year later they give me an award. So I already know what my speech is in this award, okay? And this is a speech to send a message not just to this school district, but to a lot of people and communities that I've passed through over the last decade, let's say. So it'd be like, oh, thank you for this award. I'm so grateful you noticed my work, but I can't accept this award. I think it's given to the wrong person because I'm the same person that I always was. But what made me be noticed in my skill sets and what I can offer is the decision of other people, and they're the ones who should get the award because maybe they had no other candidates, so they can feel whatever they want when I give them the award instead of me. But I've been refused jobs where there were no other candidates, so that's how screwed up you are to adapt to self-correct, okay? And I've documented some of those in work industries and stuff. So let's say I say this in my speech. The same person, the only reason that we're all here today is one or two or three or so and so, if I knew their names at that point, made a decision to hire me. And why do they deserve the award? Not because of what I've done for you in the last year, which I'm so grateful you appreciate, but it's because so many other individuals didn't make that decision. So for me, that deserves an award, to have hired me and let me demonstrate my skill sets and be appreciated. So that's what I do. Now I could say this for so many other things. I could say this for so many other communities and jobs, and like if Canada ever, okay, let's say Carney notices some of what I've been sending and they hire me as a consultant for things. And I don't need to be in the public forum. I just say, well, this is what's going to happen when you bring this solution up that I'll recommend to you, and this is how you counteract the arguments of people arguing about the solution, for example. Let's say I do this and for like years, and let's say I get the Order of Canada. Again, I have to refuse the Order of Canada unless they say, not for what I've done, but the Order of Canada is for me being me. Does it say this? Oh my God, we're giving Martin an award for being Martin. But really, as I would say, is I've always been this person. It's just that through a miracle, somebody gave me a chance, right? Somebody like my own government.